do.
And then back to Iguodala to the rim. Oh, great block. James out of nowhere, skies to the rim. Oh, Boyd took the advantage and played on from inside the center square. Boyd kicked the goal. Boyd kicked the goal from inside the center. Bang. Here's Aloisi for a place in the World Cup. He's hands right back up. Big head kick. Down goes Thompson. It's over.
Live it, breathe it, love it. All sports, double coverage.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the double coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sports and cards. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce, and we are 2 days out from Christmas, mate. What is happening?
Second last show of the year.
Second last.
Second last, yes, Doma, and 287 on the clock, consecutive weeks, never missed, here, fronting up, double coverage, and we're hyped because it's Christmas week, and Doma, it's a time of celebration and a time of enjoyment and watching the young ones crack some presents, and just a celebration for everyone, right? But nonetheless, there's still sports and a lot going on in the sports world.
Oh, mate, there's
and
a
of
little
course-
bit happening.
And of course, there's always things going on in the hobby and card collecting community, and a few things to talk about. And we've got a few topics on that, Doma, which we will get to a bit later in the show. And we've got an early one. You know, we don't usually do them this early these days. We used to do them back in the day early.
It's
But we thought-
Christmas time, and we've got a few places to be.
It's
so
busy. But we're here.
that's
What's
it.
on the agenda?
Oh, mate, as per usual, we start with the NBA, and just a quick run through. Like, we just do a brief overview as we do. If there's any big news, and we're hoping there's some trade rumors ramping up, obviously over Christmas and whatnot. We've got the Christmas Day games, which we can run through as well. So NBA Christmas Day games, which is Boxing Day for us here. So Friday the 26th, we got Knicks versus Cavs. That is a 4 a.m. start, that game source. Followed by Thunder Spurs, 6:30 a.m. start. Then we have Warriors Mavs at 9 a.m., followed by Lakers Rockets at 12 p.m., followed by Nuggets Timberwolves at 2:30 p.m. So if you want to ball out all of Boxing Day, which are the Christmas Day games over in the States, you have a nice lineup over there. You got the recent world champs, the Knicks, obviously winning their first title in God knows how long against the Cavs. You got the Thunder, who are on a roll, of course, against Wemby. SGA versus Wemby. You got A. Disney and Cooper Flag against Stephen Curry. In that game, we got LeBron versus KD in the Rockets-Lakers game. And, of course, we got Jokic and Murray versus Ant-Man in the last game on Christmas Day. So, cracker games. I'm just going to give a quick shout-out off the top to Kevin Durant. Man, he was going to fight everyone on the Nuggets. Who did he call a bum? He said, "You're a bum," straight to his face.
Brown? Was it
Bruce Brown? I think it was. He was ready to punch on with everyone. It was KD against everyone. I love it. I love it. So he's obviously
they need that feistiness in them if they're going to get anywhere in the West there. And I mean, they got a big win there, but then they lost the next day to the Kings, which
That's okay.
you shouldn't be losing to them really if you've got hopes of going far in the season.
Yeah, I know.
But NBA's look, it's heating up. Luka got injured the other day, so a bit unfortunate there for the Lakers. A bit of a setback, but what can you do? We roll on.
That's what happens when you got sore shoulders, Sauce. You tend to get injured a lot.
Well, you got to carry. Yep.
Hello Global. He says, Merry Christmas to you two Stallions. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you too.
Cheers, mate.
Over in the Eastern Conference, honestly, the two interesting teams are Philly and Boston, in my opinion, sitting in third and fourth.
Well, you say that, and I want to bring to the attention, you got to give the credit to Jaylen Brown. Obviously, Tatum, Achilles injury last year, end of last year. He's coming to this season, said, "I got to put this team on my back," and he's well and truly done it. I think he's averaging like 30 points plus over his last few games. Had a big comeback win against the Pacers today. They were down big and they came back in the third quarter and got it back and ended up winning the game, closing it out. So, I mean, if they're able to just hold and keep going and Tatum is able to get himself right and come in and play games before a playoff run, anything can happen for Boston on that side. They're good enough.
Yeah, 100%.
Their defense is still very good. So
Philly, on the other hand, Source, it's obviously Tyrese Maxey's team. Scored 38. Was it yesterday against the Mavs? VJ Edgecombe had 26 in that game as well.
Hey, the man.
I'm just saying one thing.
It's Maxey and VJ's team.
I'm saying one thing,
George
Source.
and Embiid are the extras.
No. They're not extras on the team. They're extra trade pieces. I can see those two guys being used as trade pieces. The fact that they've played on and off here and there, but they're always injured. The fact that they have got themselves into the third seed in the East without these two guys, there's big trades coming. Source.
Let's see.
The hobby naughty list.
If I am another GM, I am not going anywhere near Joel Embiid.
Well, as you know, they're rich men with a lot of money, and the owners are rich men with a lot of money, and they tell GMs to do dumb shit like
trade Luka.
Yeah, that's right.
To us.
I know.
Dallas fans.
Who's on the hobby naughty list? We can get to that a bit later. Boys, the baby food on the bottom shelf because Jakey, Manchild, Paul has got to eat. Anthony Joshua, Merry Christmas to all. Yeah, well, he'd be slurping soup for a while, I think, Jakey Paul.
Pumpkin soup. He'll be on the pumpkin soup.
Yeah. The lemon teas. The lemon juice.
Flashed his cash.
Flash his cash. Yeah, we'll talk about that a bit later. But yeah, I think Philly's the team.
We'll talk about it in a little bit. I do want to mention it about it. But yes,
Philly, the fourth seed, sorry,
Maxey,
not the third seed.
Next level. He's taken it to the next level. Really, his cards have gone quite bonkers as well.
And of course, you mentioned on our live stream last night about the Bulls. That's probably the only other. Everyone else is playing pretty well in the East. Most of the teams, but the Bulls, Josh Giddey. You mentioned something on the stream last night about a Jordan record. He's very close to these 20-point triple doubles or something, breaking a record.
Doubles or breaking the record of Jordan. Really, no one's been able to do as many as him. I think he's second to just Jordan and in his short time at the Bulls.
It's pretty good, huh?
Read of it what you will. But yeah, it's pretty good. He comes there and he has the opportunity to show his skills. They do still suck defensively, Dom.
Oh,
They will go nowhere with the current defense that they have there. Just the reality of if you want to be a winning franchise, you can't have defense like that. A bit like the Lakers, we can score a lot of points, but our defense still stinks. So, yeah, look, it'll be interesting to see where that falls. And if there is a surprise team like last year, obviously no one really expected the Pacers to do a hell of a lot other than what's his name, Blez. He had the big bet on them. He did
The
hedge it, man.
Blesenor. Yeah, the big Blesenor.
You can't give him a lemon because he did hedge it.
Nah. The Blez is a machine. Adam says, I think Jordan had 27. Giddy just went 28. That's pretty good.
There you
Good. Magda, welcome as well in the chat. Good to have you in. And then in the West, Oklahoma on top. San Antonio's on a 6-game win streak. They've moved into the 2nd seed. Denver 3rd. LA 4th. As Saucy mentioned, Luke is injured. Houston dropped to 6th. And then pretty competitive in the West as per usual. Nothing special at the moment. But yeah, it's pretty much it for the basketball unless you've got anything else, Sauce.
No, not really. We'll just see.
Easy.
We'll see. Trey Young came back, balled out. Is this a plan by them to get him to play some games and then have decent trade bait? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they keep him. Do they trade him? There's been a lot of rumors. Around Trey Young. So let's see. That's one I'm interested to watch because I think what they made that run where they made the Eastern Conference Finals and they just lost, I believe, showed that he can perform on like a big stage and have a big performance. So I think he can be a potential game changer. And we've seen players like him. They even though he's defense and he's small, he can still have a big impact. Yes.
Surely this isn't real. Adam says, how's Jokic apparently named one of his horses LeBron because he isn't a GOAT?
He's probably made that up.
You've probably made that up. But I'll tell you what, if he actually did do that, that would be hilarious. That would be so funny. It'd be as funny as Saucy calling Lockie Neal Wayne Neal on the podcast last night. I love it. I genuinely love it. It is the funniest thing, Wayne Neal. Cheapers. Global says his Giddy collection is up. That's good. It's good to hear. All right, Sauce, let's power through. Let's get to some EPL.
Yes, EPL round 17.
Been pretty good. Not for my boys, but
transpired. First game of the round. Newcastle draws
Lemons.
with Chelsea 2-2. Bournemouth 1-1 with Burnley. Brighton 0-0 with Sunderland. That's a poor result. Brighton there. Manchester City 3-0 over West Ham. Wolverhampton defeated 2-0 by Brentford. Tottenham defeated 2-1 by Liverpool. Everton defeated 1-0 by Arsenal. Leeds defeat Crystal Palace 4-1. Aston Villa defeats United 2-1. And Fulham defeats Nottingham Forest 1-0 to round out round 17. For my boys, just did enough to get the win. Probably could have had another goal. We did dominate possessions. Just one of those games. You go there, you take the 3 points. Probably not our best performance, but you need to win those type of games. You can't be dropping points to a team like Everton mid-table if you have the opportunity. If you're trying to win the title. And Aston Villa, you're against your boys. They're breathing down our neck along with City, so they're right there.
we could have done you a solid, but we didn't. Unfortunately, we should have probably walked away at that game with a result. I would have been happy with the draw in that game.
Yeah,
like as well as we played. Obviously, we've lost Mesraoui, Diallo, and Mbumo to AFCON. We actually played 2 academy boys Source in this game because Kobe Minu got injured at training, so he wasn't even named on the sheet. Fernandez got injured as well, did his hamstring in I think it was the 65th minute. So it was just a comedy of errors for us. So get to walk away 2-1, I was spewing, and Cunha missed a header from 5 yards out, bro. So he scores that, and we're looking at 2-2. But our defense, like obviously De Ligt is injured as well, and bro, do we miss him? They kicked. If you go see Jake Rogers' goals for Aston Villa, they are exactly the same goal, twice. Source, he scored twice, a brace, and it's identical. Cut in outside the box, on the corner of the box, cut in, cracked it into the side netting, curled it. both times. No one went and attacked his preferred foot. Just let him cut in, gave him time in the world, and he's like, "Oh, mint, all right." Scored the first one.
You got to force him outside onto his left foot and force him to go across the keeper. If he beats the keeper across the keeper, good luck to him. You know what I mean? On his non-preferred, you can't let him go onto his preferred foot.
The second one, when he cut in and no one came to him, mate, his eyes would have lit up. He was probably just like, "Oh,
he's like, he had a
I've just scored this.
I've just had this. This is the replay."
He's like, "All right, I'll just do it again," and he did. He did. So anyway, I'm spewing because I actually wanted to get a result to match Chelsea because obviously they gained 1 point for the triple or nothing, and plus I wanted to do the solid for Arsenal. So, but unlucky. Magda says Liverpool struggled to beat a 9-man Spurs team. Didn't Isak get injured? Did I read that correctly?
In the game? Fact check you. Isak, yes, subbed, injured, half time.
Knee? Ankle? The $120 million man? He's done, I think. I saw knee. So,
review.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a hamstring or something. I'm pretty sure I read knee. Broken leg. Even worse. Broken leg sauce. That's cooked.
No way.
Broken leg. Yep, that's what I saw. It was broken leg. And now it's coming back to me. I saw a post. Yeah. Adam says, who's in Tyson's Collectors Club here? Which card did everyone choose? He was doing something for Collectors Club members, I'm pretty sure. Saucy?
Yeah, he was, and I probably forgot all about it because I have a million things on my mind. So I'll open my Discord and see.
Have a look.
I can,
anyway, what's the games this week, Sauce? And then while I'm on NFL, I'll get you to check. Global says, Isak broken ankle. Anyway, it's a leg injury. Apparently, that's not good. You don't like breaks. Anything are not
broken. Dom.
You don't want breaks. Yeah. You don't want breaks.
All right, round 18. Here we go, Doma. You'll love this one. Saturday morning, 27th. You've got 7 a.m. United against Newcastle. United at home at Old Trafford. So great time for you to watch that one. Nottingham Forest, this is at night, Saturday night, 11:30 p.m. Nottingham Forest against Manchester City. And then Sunday morning, 28th, in the morning, 2 a.m. fixtures. This is Australian Eastern Daylight Time, ladies and gentlemen. So adjust it for your own time zone. Just head on fotmob.com and adjust your time zone. 2 a.m. Arsenal against Brighton and Hove Albion. Then you got Brentford against Bournemouth, Burnley against Everton, Liverpool against Wolverhampton Wanderers, West Ham United against Fulham, Chelsea against Aston Villa,
big game.
Sunderland against Leeds United. These ones a Monday morning, 1 a.m. kickoff, and a 3:30 a.m. kickoff is Crystal Palace against Tottenham, and that will be round 18. And then, we're past halfway of the season. No, is that about halfway? It's just
18.
There's 38 games, so close to halfway through the season. And on halfway through the season, ladies and gentlemen, I'll bring it up as we like to do.
Come on, Manuel. The
table sitting on top, my boys, 39 points. Arsenal in a close second behind City, Manchester City, 37 points. They
3
do
points.
have a better goal difference, so they have plus 25. Arsenal only have plus 21, so it's very, very close when you look at that respect. Arsenal need to stay in front by points. Then you have Aston Villa third on 36 points, so they're in the hunt as well, only 3 points behind. They're right there. They've won their last 5, so they're flying. Chelsea you have on 29 points in 4th. Liverpool 5th on 29 points. Sunderland on 27 in 6th. Manchester United on Sunderland is on 27 in 6th, and on 26th you have United on in 7th, and Crystal Palace 8, Brighton 9, Everton 10, Newcastle 11, and then down the bottom, Nottingham still just hanging in there. They're 5 points clear of relegation. West Ham, which we never want to see West Ham go down, Doma, so hopefully they can pull it out of there. I don't want to see Leeds go down. I would like to see Tottenham go down, so maybe put them down there. that would be good. That would be mad vindication for Ange, wouldn't it be?
100% it
If
will
they
be.
somehow got relegated, because they're still within the realms of possibility. I mean, you'd need to get a big push from West Ham, but nonetheless, that is the Prem Dom. And then I'm not exactly sure when Champions League kicks off again. I will just check that quickly. The January transfer window will be open, Doma, in 7 days, right? Or 8 days. So we've got that to look forward to.
See, where United bolsters their midfield, mate. We need a CDM and a good one.
Well, you need a centre back by the sound of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably need another centre back to back up the Ligt.
A month. A
A CDM, another
Champions League
target,
fixture
and another
in a month.
target man up top, mate. We'll see what we do. Anyway, that's it for the round ball, and hopefully, Manuel, you lose and we win this week because I want to catch that 3 points on you. I don't like it. 3 points can get to 6 very quickly. All right, over to the NFL. Second last week coming up this week, but third last week we had Seahawks defeating the Rams 38-37, and this was obviously the big one because both teams were 11-3, and obviously the Seahawks moved to 12-3, Rams to 11-4. So it was a cracker game. 1 point in it. That's what you want for two teams with two of the best records in the comp. The Eagles defeat the Commanders 29-18. Bears over Packers. That was a divisional game. Big win for the Bears, 22-16. Panthers defeat the Buccaneers. Bills defeat the Browns. Chargers beat the Cowboys 34-17. Saints over Jets. Vikings over Giants. Titans defeat the Chiefs 26-9. Bengals beat the Dolphins 45-21. Smacked us. Falcons over Cardinals. Jags over Broncos. That both teams were 11-3 as well. Source in this game, and the Jags moved to 11. Jags were 10-4. Broncos were 12-2. Broncos now moved to 12-3 with the loss, and the Jags moved to 11-4. So a big win for the Jags with 2 weeks left. Steelers defeat the Lions. Raiders lose to the Texans. Patriots beat the Ravens. And the 49ers beat the Colts 48-27, and you've just unraveled the Colts, unfortunately, Source. Second last week on Friday here, which is the Christmas games, we have, it's really weird how they have this. I don't know how it works. Anyway, Cowboys, Commanders, Lions, Vikings, Broncos, Chiefs without Mahomes. They'd be spewing. The NFL, not having Mahomes playing on Christmas Day. And then Sunday games, we have Sunday games, Texans, Chargers, Ravens, Packers. And then the Monday games, we have Seahawks, Panthers, Cardinals, Bengals, Steelers, Browns, Jags, Colts, Bucks, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets, Saints, Titans. Then we've got Giants, Raiders, Eagles, Bills, Bears, 49ers, and Rams, Falcons. Source.
There you go.
I
knew the Colts couldn't keep it up. They've done an Essendon, mate. It started like a house on fire and then just fallen at the back end of the season.
Yeah, they've dropped off.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Unfortunate, yep. And obviously, I think Daniel Jones, who was our quarterback, got injured. And we had to bring in backups. So
Did you bring in Phillip Rivers?
Yeah, I think that's what I read. Yeah.
For the 44-year-old, mate.
Out of retirement. Yeah, because, he knew the offense and whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
Stayed
Phillip
ready.
Rivers. That's crazy, man.
But, yeah, look. What can you say, man? I think we're going to get a surprise this year in the NFL. Who's going to win?
Yeah, I think so too. Which is nice.
It's going to be a new team. I think it's going to be refreshing. So we'll wait and see how it plays out. And how many games left in the season, Dom?
2 weeks left. This week and next week, and then playoffs start in Jan.
Yeah. There you go.
And then Super Bowl's in Feb. So not far off, Source. Not far off at all. All right, let's get to some fighting news, because I know you wanted to talk about this Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua fight. So I'll throw it to you. What do you got?
Fighting news. Obviously, we had that big fight. Regarded big by some people. Not really big, let's be honest. It was a big money grab, if you can say that. But as much as you want to say, and I'll just say this, people, and it's good to see him, cop a punch, and he copped a broken jaw for everyone's entertainment. So you need to applaud him for that. It wasn't much of a fight, Dom. I didn't watch it. I just seen highlights. It was very, it was dominant by Joshua. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
And it should be when he's been a professional boxer for the amount of years he's been, and former world champion, and also knocked out some of the best guys in the sport coming, and had some great mega fights with other great boxers. So it was always a mismatch. Rightfully, he won, and he did the job. He should have knocked him out.
And he did.
And he did. So, I mean, you can't ask more. But credit has to go to Jake Paul, MVP Promotions, and them actually putting on these proper fights for the under fighters and getting these fighters sort of names out there, and allowing them to make money and promote themselves. And he had a lot of women on the card. He had, I think, an Aussie, Shanika Johnson, Sugar Neeks, I think her name is. She won bantamweight. So, I mean, as much as you want to say he's built himself to this to be able to provide this platform for other people coming up, and another option outside Top Rank and the other federations and organizations, and Eddie Hearn, MV, whatever his one's called, I can't remember exactly, but all that sort of stuff, right? It's just another avenue for these fighters that, especially as in boxing, it's different. Like you own your own IP as a fighter, and you aren't beholden. If you hold like a WBC or WBO title, yeah, you have to defend it on a regular basis. You got a period of time you got to take a fight, but you can go do other fights and other things as well, right? So and fight on and take your belt and defend it in other promotions. Like you don't have to, you can defend it in any promotion, right? That you choose fit. So it's you got to give him credit on that front as much as you say. And a lot of people tune in, Dom, because people who like that reason, they want to see him get knocked out.
I tell you what, all credit to Brendan Schaub used to be an MMA fighter.
Yeah,
he does the podcast and everyone's like, it was so brave for Jake Paul to get in the ring, and he goes, it's not brave. It wasn't brave because it was smart. He goes, he's taken advantage of boxing dropping the ball.
Correct.
He got paid, ladies and gentlemen, $92 million to get knocked out in the 6th round against Anthony Joshua. I'll repeat that again. He got paid $92 million to get knocked out. And I agree with Brendan Schaub 100%. He goes, boxing did this to boxing. He goes, unfortunately, as much as you don't want to admit it, Jake Paul has somewhat made your sport relevant again. He goes, because you're too busy, all your promotions fighting. This guy doesn't fight this guy ducks this guy. You want to keep your permanent records intact and, protecting the legacy of boxers, because you want everyone to be 49-0 like Mayweather or 50-0 like Mayweather. He goes, mate, you've ruined the sport. Like, you look at the UFC, you got an undefeated guy, but if he gets knocked out, he can still get another crack. No one cares about the perfect record in UFC, because if you have a bad day, you lose.
Yeah.
It's about making the best fight possible. And I completely agree with him. So they're going to pull their finger out of their ass, and I want to see Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. That's what I want to see.
There we go. That would be a big fight.
It'll be 4 years too late, if you ask me. It should have happened about 4 years ago. But they're too busy making trilogy fights with Deontay Wilder and all this crap. Like, it should have already happened. The best heavyweight boxing is, I know we've got great boxers like Canelo. We've got Terence Crawford just retired, but Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia is going to get back in the ring next year. You got Beterbiev. You got all these guys. Yeah, but nothing ever compares to heavyweight boxing. Heavyweight boxing is the best of the best.
Them hammers, mate.
That's what people want to lock in and watch. Those big boys going at each other. And to have guys not fighting each other is ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. So hopefully it happens. AJ called out Tyson Fury, and we'll see what happens from there, mate. But do I reckon it happens? Probably not. There'll be some stupid shit that they do. Doesn't end up getting off the ground. Who knows? So anyway, but Jakey Paul, as much as he's a lemon, $92 million, man. I would have got in the ring for a round. And if you told me all I had to do was get my jaw broken from Anthony Joshua and I'll make $92 million, sign me up right now. Sign me up right now. I couldn't give a shit. Are you kidding me? I got to take one concussion and a broken jaw and I get paid $92 million. Set up my family forever. That honestly, smart play. And then you got to start thinking, how much did he get paid for Mike Tyson? How much did he get paid for the Tommy Fury fight? What else has he done? Well, he reckons he wants to go fight cruiserweight and actually fight for the belt. Look at Logan Paul. He fought bloody Floyd Mayweather.
Could you imagine like he wins a couple of fights at cruiserweight and then the cruiserweight champion like takes it as a piss take? Oh yeah, easy title defense, and then he somehow wins it. It'd be pandemonium. If that happened, YouTuber becomes boxer and wins world title. The headlines, I mean,
it'd be crazy.
It'd just be mental. Like I think people would lose their marbles.
Tim Tszyu is a good boxer. Yeah, he's good. Nikita Tszyu versus Michael Zarafa coming up, I think, this week.
Is it?
I think it's this week or next week or something.
Okay.
So we'll tune in and see what happens there. All right, Sauce, let's get to hobby talk. All right. I got some stuff. We've had some releases. What have we got here? We've got this one first. 25-26 Topps Chrome Basketball Parallel Guide and Image Gallery, just so we can just have a look at some of the cards. I like this. It shows you basketball refractor, the negative refractor, prism refractor. It's got images of the cards. Wave refractor, ray wave, pulsar. Obviously here, look at this, the gold, mate. Have a look at this. Cooper flag, sparkle, sparkle. There you go. Base refractors, basketball refractor. They got everything here, mate. You just go through it. If you want to X-Fractor, here, I'll chuck it in the thing. If anyone wants to go check out Topps Chrome, boom, right there.
Well, yeah. Look, Dom, unfortunately, I dropped the ball here, and I completely forgot about the release day, and I didn't try to get on Topps and get some. But, yeah, interesting. I actually watched Cage. He did a bit of a release day sort of
rip.
A release day sort of his talk. He's the hobby with Cage. His little talk. He tried to get some release day, and he also filmed it in store. When he went into the NBA store there.
Oh yes, I did see this. I saw this.
As we know, he lives in New York, and he went on a bit of a rant. Like, he tried to get it directly from Topps at $380 a box, and then as soon as it's sold from $380 a box, you won't be able to get it directly from Topps. It's straight away. He went past David Adams first, $650 USD. He kept walking, said, no, I'll go to the NBA store where they have a Topps in the NBA store in New York, and went in there, and it was $605 USD a box. So he just missed out, like, getting it on his phone or laptop, wherever he was, on the release time, and then he tried to walk about half an hour down the road to the NBA store, and $605 a box. Like, just think about that. The inflation on that from release, direct from Topps, 30 minutes later, trying to buy a box.
$300.
Being $605. Like, I mean, I don't know what boxes are going here for on eBay AU, but I'll have a look.
1K Topps Chrome boxes, says Magda.
Yeah, there you go.
1K Aussie. That's crazy.
We'll fact check it right now.
Crazy prices.
eBay, see what people have got. 960.
Cooked,
They're
bro.
1,000. They're all up for 1,000. Let's see. And I think people have been selling them. So, yeah, crazy to think that you could get that box for 380 USD, which is what, 530. Doma. Let me just
Crazy, man.
click the sold and see if there's any people buying it at this price. Oh yeah, quite a few sales. And then you've also got the jumbo, which has got 3 autographs guaranteed, and that's going for 2,200 schmackaroonies. Guaranteed 3 autographs in there. Now, I think those jumbos were going for about 700 directly from Tops. 500, 5 to 700, I think. USD, I'll have to check exactly. I can't remember. I didn't see that. But, yeah, just an interesting perspective. Obviously, people hyped on the Tops Chrome, new Tops release. Will the price hold? I think so. I think the demand is there, especially for, long-time collectors that have had Tops, collected Tops for many years. And obviously, Tops still own the license for baseball. So they're still being producing, they're still being quite relevant, and a number of other sports. So they're back. We knew it was coming, and here it is, Topps Chrome, what's called the Prism before Prism, Panini Prism,
Pretty much.
because it was around before. So
Magda says, I'm waiting for the Merlin value boxes to come out. I'm excited to open some. We've got some Merlin boxes coming to the double coverage breaks. No.
yes, we do. Hobby boxes though.
Ooh. And we got Inception coming as well, Magda.
Yes, Topps Inception. That's
Happy
a very nice
days.
product. Very nice product.
So we've got a big coming.
Yeah. So just
But yeah,
interesting
Topps,
perspective, ladies and gentlemen. Just the Topps Chrome. It'll be fun to rip. I'll have some mega boxes coming, ladies and gents, because I missed out on the hobby boxes, as I've said to you. But I'm definitely going to rip one. 100%. 100%.
Nice. Next thing up, Topps announces Formula One rookie debut helmet sticker autos. So they announced they'll produce
sick.
autographed rookie debut cards for F1 races for the first time. So they do this obviously for basketball, soccer, baseball, WWE they've done as well. So this is a bit what it's going to look like. That's Isaac Hadjar. He was a rookie this year. He's got their debut date down the bottom. And then they've got Gabriel Bortoletto as well. So there you go. Something a bit different and interesting. That's all I've got for news in terms of like releases. I just wanted to also take the time because the friend of the show has to be acknowledged. Best custom art card artist, Tyson Beck. He won this award. He was nominated by the Mantle Hobby Awards show, presented by Yahoo Sports, and he is officially the best custom art card artist. That is amazing. You can see our comment in here. Obviously, keep pioneering in the space.
One thing I will say to that, Doma, is it should just say card artist, shouldn't say custom.
Yeah, it should just say card. It's because it's not a custom card, mate.
It's not a custom card, mate.
He's a card artist, and he has
chop up other cards and then reposition them and do custom cards and things like that. But he actually,
it's unbelievable though.
On Photoshop or whatever and programs, and then gets them printed directly onto the stock.
Well deserved though, Source. Very well deserved.
Is well deserved, yes, most definitely. And I think we've alerted a number of people. We still had people till this day, and funny anecdote. This year, Oz National, sold my Halliburton Tyson Beck that I bought directly from him to a Pacers collector. He was wearing a Pacers top, so I was so happy that I could sell it to him. He had a Pacers t-shirt on. He had no idea who Tyson Beck was. He's seen the Halliburton. He's like, that's so sick. And I explained the whole situation, who Tyson is, what he does. I even, referenced him to our podcast, and you can listen to our podcast. And so you can just get an understanding of, what he does. And I mean, not in a way, sort of told him about it, and he's like, "I'll think about it." And he came back, and he ended up buying the card, and I was happy that he ended up buying the card. And then I think since then he's been following Tyson and keeping up to date because he seen me at another card show, and appreciated my recommendation. So it was yeah, look, awesome to be able to even. Till this day, you know, people still don't know. There's new people coming to the hobby. They don't know about Tyson. They don't know about his work. So it's awesome to see him getting the recognition, you know, especially on something that's shared on a massive account and an account that's watched by many people in the hobby. And you never know, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you might not buy like me, like I buy, you know, whatever. Sort of he brings out some stuff I don't get and I miss out on, and some stuff I choose to not buy that product. But you know, you might follow him because, you know, if you don't want to buy, you know, like me, I'll just buy anything. They will literally, he might do a collab with your favorite, you know, player. And, you know, I do know he's been working on trying to get, you know, some soccer players and, you know, very, very famous soccer players. We've mentioned this before, Doma. So hopefully, you know, he can get some of these over the line. We don't know what he has in store. We haven't actually done a podcast with him this year. So I think it's the first year that we haven't done one with him. We didn't do one this year, and I don't think we will get one in, but we will try definitely at the first quarter of next year, get an update on Tyson and, you know, what his 2026 looks like, and maybe even 2027, what new game worn, you know, patch autos, you know, the work he did with Giannis and you know, buying game worn jerseys, cutting them up, putting them into the cards.
Amazing. Man.
I didn't buy one. You know, I didn't get one myself. But you know, from what I've seen, the quality looks immense, and I would love to be able to see one in person. So I'm hoping I can maybe see one at a card show at some point.
Magda says Tyson Beck maybe could get Timmy Cahill or an icon auto. Timmy auto punching the corner flag. Well. That'd be sick.
Yeah, nice. I think that would do well. Tyson,
unfortunately,
to that.
we had the chance to have him on this year, so
throw the ideas out.
We definitely have to get him on in the new year.
When we do the show with him, Dom, we obviously put it out to the fans and say, of double coverage, and say, you know, who would you like to see Tyson work with? Because we always throw names out there, maybe he might have an idea. And what's amazing is, you know, he's been doing this for 4 years, creating his own cards like this. I think it is. It might be 4 years, I believe. It might be 5 years. I need stand to be corrected. But what's amazing is his work has just expanded from where he started to
it's amazing, man.
The game worn stuff and just, you know, fans.
Great journey, man.
Fans asking, you know, of more of him and him being able to deliver. And I'll say this again, as one fucking man. Yeah, one dude, bro. He's a one guy operation. Yeah, like I don't think if you listen to our podcast with him, you know, late nights, staying up, you know, packing orders, the traveling, flying somewhere for 3-4 days just to get a signing done and flying back.
The risk he's mentioned before, how much he puts up on the line, like it's crazy. It's crazy. One man. And we opened product last night. We got fucking print lines from a company, like
multi-billion-dollar company.
Tyson Beck is the man of the pit, 100%. All right, I've got probably around 10 minutes left, Saucy. Sorry, I don't want to put a speed up on things, but Doma and Sauce, if Tyson Beck needs help, I can fly out with him, mate. Don't worry, I've asked him to. I'd love to go meet athletes and get autos for him and be elite. But he takes too much pride in his work, which is what you want, and his QC is unbelievable. It has to be him handling the cards. He wants no one else. And I rate that. Now, Sauce, I just seen this before we jumped on, and I didn't tell you about this story. And while you were talking, I had to do some research, and I'm going to screenshot. Actually, I'm going to take a photo of this, because when I show you, there's a little line in their product statement on their website that if you come into this hobby, you shouldn't put that line in there. You're opening yourself up for a can of worms. But This is breaking. As of 13 hours ago, I missed it until just jumping on the pod. They're back. HGA. They've been acquired by UCollect.com, a next generation sports collectibles platform built to fix the biggest problems in the hobby. You can't be saying that, first of all. To celebrate launch, UCollect plans to host the largest break in hobby history on ucollect.com later this year. This is already a rag to me because it says later this year, 2025. It means 2026 because when you go on the website source, it says that it's going to be opening mid 2026. And source, and ladies and gentlemen watching, I just want to bring your attention. Finally, a marketplace for collectors built on trust, transparency, and this here, zero fraud. If I was you, I would take that off immediately. Because the moment you have one fraudulent piece of activity happen on your platform, you are now cooked. Because it happens on every platform. And it can be out of your control, whether it be shill bidding, fake items. Saucy, UCollect. If you watch this, HGA, just get rid of it. Don't say zero fraud. Don't say zero of anything. Because the moment it happens, people will remember it in the hobby and they'll be like, well, we're not trusting you. And you'll get buried. Every influencer will come in and bury you and you're done again. You're back to square one. Get rid of it.
It will happen. Like Shilstein's and his stupid snipe.
Yeah. I'm just saying, get rid of it, Source. Is that fair? I think it's fair.
All I'll be saying is, Dobber, I had no idea about this.
I know you didn't.
Nor do I give a flying F about it.
No, but you had to see it.
I had to see it. I'm glad I've seen it, but I will not be using the platform. I'll just say this right now. I will not be using the platform.
No. The biggest break in hobby history, Source, is coming. When's it coming?
I don't think they can beat some of the ones that have already happened. I just don't think they can.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd bring that to your attention, great man. I know you'd be very happy with that, and good to know that you won't be doing anything with them. So, yeah, fair enough. That's it from me. Have you got anything you want to talk about?
No, I mostly covered most things. Just plugging along. Did sort of remind people again about old mate One Piece Blue Bottom on socials. And in thinking about that, I started to think about the new game. If anyone's seen what it's called Riftbound. It's based off League of Legends, also known as LOL in the community, which is an acronym, League of Legends. And it's called Riftbound. And the first set, I think the boxes are about $400. I think they pre-ordered 200 to 250. The second set is coming out. The second set, you can get that for, I think pre-orders at 230. I'm not saying go into that. What I'm saying is for a new TCG that's coming out, I don't know if there's going to be any push for an anime with the League of Legends characters. I know the game's massive and it has a big fan base. But if anyone knows and anyone has done any research and can tell me if you listen to this, is there plans to build more on the IP past the game and do other things? I mean, we've got the TCG. Will they have an anime? Is there going to be merchandise? Like, how are they going to stay relevant? Because if they are, and there is plans to do that, and I even think at this point now, it's probably still worth to have a crack. The first boxes are at $400. There is going to be a second wave of print that I know already retailers here have sold out of. I'm not sure if there's a difference in the prints. I don't know that for fact. Someone has told me there is. Someone has told me there isn't. There's difference of what people are saying. I'm not sure. But I know that the boxes now are at $400. The first boxes of it, Riftbound. Let me just tell you exactly what one it is and bring it up, just because I don't want to misinform people. I'll just bring it up on eBay quickly. So this is the box here. Just bring this up and then we'll wrap this up, Doma. Riftbound, this one, LOL TCG. This is the first booster box there. This guy's got them up there for $4.88. I do know you can get them off people for $400. So there it is there. That's what it looks like. It's called Origins, is the set. And then there's also the second set, which is coming out, and you should see retailers releasing that one. I'm sure maybe games will have some and stuff. But that's, I'll say, it could be worth a crack. You know, I said this with One Piece. I had a bit more probably confidence with One Piece, but you know what? I've spoken to people that play the TCG. They say the gameplay is really good. The actual gameplay of the TCG is really good. And then obviously that brings collectability behind the cards. And there's also tournaments, and you've got those sort of things going on. And I like the fact that it's coming from an established IP of the game League of Legends that has now been around for, what, 10 years, Dom? I'm not exactly sure.
And the rest, I think.
League.
Maybe 10 years, yeah, probably.
We'll fact check that right now, just because 15 years, out for 15 years. So
go.
It's got 15 years of IP behind it, ladies and gentlemen. Would have a mad fan base. Then you got TCG players. So yeah, make of it what you will. I'm just here to inform you guys. You make your own decisions. I will be buying a box of that for $400, around that $400, $450. I'm going to take a crack and hold on to it. So just letting you know. So you do what you want. But yeah, I think it might be worth a crack.
Beautiful.
Do your own research, as we always say.
Nice. On that note,
That's it.
very, very well done, Saucy. Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas.
As Magda said, stay safe. Definitely stay safe, everyone.
Eat far too much food and consume plenty of beverages.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the next 2 days just to be a pig. It's going to be so good. And then feel it on Boxing Day while I'm watching the basketball. Can't get up off the couch. That's what you'll mate. Enjoy it. Enjoy the time with your family and friends. Thank you once again for tuning in. Keep living, loving, and breathing sports and cards. I'm Dom with the great man Sauce. Merry Christmas. Peace out.
Peace out, ladies and gents. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, double curve.